It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. Great game in store for y'all, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
You're getting a look at the most famous building in Foxborough. Opened in 2002, it's Gillette Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off and running from Gillette. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, his second year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
Right to the air with May. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's May. It's taken in by Kendrick Bourne. He's got a gain of 6 there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
May not have throw on 3rd. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
May throwing for it. Diggs there to bring it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Man in motion here. Here's 2nd and 7. He finds Diggs right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Cut by Diggs. And they had that one contained right at the line. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10 now. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
May now on 3rd down. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
The Patriots sending the field goal unit out for a try. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Tyreek McAllister now to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. They're led out by someone amidst their 2nd act as an NFL QB. He was a 2nd rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game. That is the epitome of staying on schedule, that kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They go play action. Here's Smith. He puts some power on a deep one left.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the gun, Smith. He's trying to go deep again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60-plus. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. He's got the hook up to Bourne. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They've got first down from the 31. May now from the gun. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing is May. He'll get this to Henry. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So now here's 3rd and 5. To the air yet again, May. That's the first down, and he's still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Patriots football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Tight end going in motion here. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 16 yards on the play. And that's a New England first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Now May on 3rd and long. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
The Patriots sending the field goal unit out for a try. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for them.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. And they'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
A play fake, now Smith to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackled by Keon White there.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often the unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
A.J. Cole on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Pats will take over. The New England offense running out now. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Back to the well again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's made in the air. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Henry on the catch. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Back-to-back carries here. And they take him down right along the 30. That one gains 7. And the Patriots will have a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 6 coming up here. May. Hauled in by Bourne. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a New England first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're now set for 1st and 10. To throw, here's May. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So 2nd down coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he has the New England touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots bump the lead up to 13 points. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. McAllister now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll be at midfield here as he gets out of bounds. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Smith on 1st down. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Back to the air, it's Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. And again, it's Smith. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But I believe a Raider covered that one, so they'll luckily hang on to possession. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. We've arrived at halftime with the Patriots in front after 2 here in Foxborough. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half out of this quarterback. That's Drake May. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out come the Raiders. They'll have it first to begin the third quarter. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, Smith has him on the quick hitter. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain, brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Throwing on third, Smith escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They'll run here on first down. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Got a man, it's Mayer. And he's across midfield into Patriots territory.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
5 men in the secondary for the Pats. Third down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Patriots back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, here's May. Completed to his running back. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Patriots punt team coming out with former 6th-rounder Bryce Behringer to do the honors. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Raider football. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Smith in the pistol. That one gonna go against the D. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. New set of downs for him at the 38. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They send a man in motion. They'll throw on third and long. That's caught for the first. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Vegas first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Smith back to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Smith to the air now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there and just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
On 3rd and goal, Smith. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Patriots offense all set to go. The touchdown dropped this back to a 1-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's made in the air. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll run here from the gun. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Patriots with it, currently with a not quite so comfortable lead to start the fourth. And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. Third down coming up. May now from the gun. Brought in right side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. To the air on first down, May. Hauled in by Moore. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kit, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. A give now from the gun. And he'll go down here at the 16.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And they'll get him down at the 7-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another carry for him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They give it to him again. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. It goes as no gain on the 3rd down run, and now they face 4th down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Right up the gut. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Patriots and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's May. Hauled in left side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing from the gun. He'll get this to Henry. Rolling into enemy territory. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. On play action, here's May. Rolling out to his left. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Foxborough. Patriots up by just a couple of points. They've held them out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown! Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
A chance to make it a 2-score game now and likely clinch the win with this try. And a likely game-winning extra point strikes true, and that should do it. You get a 2-score game now late. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. McAllister now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. From the 36. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. 1st down, Smith to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. That's taken in by Tucker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. To throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think in a situation like that, 3rd and inches, defense is certainly thinking stop the run first, but that's well done defensively. Not a problem for them to adapt and get into the right coverage and now force a critical 4th down.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll run for this. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
A lot of times we will see defenses get so overcommitted to defending that inside run, they're vulnerable to the outside toss, and that's when things open up, and you can reset those downs.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. From the gun, Smith. This is hauled in by Myers. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining, long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. Here's Smith. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. And again, it's Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So as they've done so many times before, Brock, the Patriots take the win here at Gillette Stadium. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ballgame.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.